everyone, and welcome to Heartcraftpaper. Today I'm working with this cute digital image called Sylvie Ballerina from Digi Doodles Studios, and I'm going to show you how I colored her in using Copic markers. We're going to start with her skin and give her a sun-kissed look. So to begin, we're going to start with our base color, which is our lightest color, E000. Now I'll come in with my mid-tone light, E21, and fill around the edges where I would find shading. Using the mid-tone dark, E11, I'll come around the edges and fill in a little bit more shading with the darker color. Now I came in with E23 again to extend the shading. Now we'll come in with our dark tone, E13, and this will add more dimension. Now let's blend it all together using E000. Using the same coloring method, we'll color in the face and ear. Using E02, I brought a blush to her cheeks. Now we're ready to move on to the hair. We're going to start with our base, E31, and we're going to use this for all the hair sections. Now that our base is down, we're going to bring in E23, our mid-tone light. I'm going to be using short strokes from scalp to center and then tip to center, leaving a swatch of the base color to peek through. Now I'm going to be adding in some Prismacolors to bring in some finer details. We're going to start with PC1082, which is a mid-tone. And with short strokes, we're going to start bringing in some of those finer hair details. This will make it look as if though she has hair strands. Now using PC947, we're going to bring in a darker tone. This is the lighter of our two darker tones. With this one, we will also use short strokes, a little bit shorter than our prior, just to bring in some more of a darker coloring and some shadows. we'll bring in PC935, the dark tone black. This will complete our shading. Now we're going to be moving on to our lips, stockings, and hairpiece. You'll notice that even for the smallest details, I used a light, mid, and dark tone coloration. Ready to start on the stockings using RV000. This will be our base color. Now using the colorless blender, I'm going to lighten up these stockings even more. The colorless blender will allow you to lighten or remove some color pigmentation from your colorings. Now that we've lightened the stockings, I want to come back in with the RV000 and add in some shadows. Let's finish off our stockings with RV00 to add in more shading. We're halfway there, so let's start with our flower. We're going to start with RV00 as our base. Using RV02, we'll bring in some shadows towards the center of the flower where it is the least likely to get any light. We want to bring in some darker tones using RV09 towards the center of the flower again, and then we will blend this out. Now we'll come back in with RV00 to do some blending. Using RV69, we'll bring in some dark tone shadows. We're going to get started on the ribbon using RV09. Please note that I'm going to leave a swatch of white on each section of the ribbon. Let's add some RV69 where the shadows would cast. Now blend it out with RV09. For the flower center, we're going to start with Y02 as our base color. Then we'll bring in some Y17 around the edges to darken that up. I think this needs a little bit more darkness, so let's bring in YR23. Let's finish off the rest of this cutie patootie. We're going to start on the slippers. For the bow, we're going to lay down the base color RV000. Now we'll bring in R81. Coloring from the center outwards, we'll leave a swatch of uncolored section, about 1/8 of an inch. Using R83, we'll bring in some shadowing. As the fabric bunches towards the center of the bow, that's where it'll be more prominent. With R85, we'll bring in some more shadows along the lines that are on the details of the drawing. Now with R69, we'll bring in some more darker tones towards the center of the bow, since that's where it gets the least amount of light. Now let's blend it all together with R81. Using the same colors, we'll fill in the rest of the ribbon for the shoes. Now we're ready to fill in the slippers. We're going to start with R81. From the bottom, close to the top, leaving about 1/8 of an inch uncolored. Now we'll start with our midtone, R83. And this will create the illusion of light hitting the tip of the toe and darkening towards the bottom. Now all we have left are to add in our shadows with a dark tone, R85. Using RV000, fill in the tip of the toe. Now we're ready to work with the tutu. Let's start with RV000 as the base. Let's add some shadows to the folds delineated on our image with R81. Now we'll bring back RV000 and extend the coloring all the way to the outer edge of the tutu. Using R81, we're going to add in shadows for the folds on the skirt towards the bottom. Let's darken up the fabric folds with R83. We're going to darken up these folds even further using R85. Now we're going to soften out all these harsh lines by blending using RV000. I'm going to add a touch of color to the under tutu using RV000. We're on the home stretch. Now all we have to do is color in the top, and we're going to start with C10, our dark tone. I want to fill in all around the areas that have the least amount of light hitting it. Now we'll bring in our midtone C6, and we'll start from bottom to top. We'll leave a stretch of white. Now we'll fill in the rest of her top with C4. And there you have it. We've now finished coloring up our image and is now ready to use for our card. Thank you for watching Heartcraft Paper. I hope you've enjoyed this coloring tutorial. You can visit my website at www.heartcraftpaper.weebly.com. If you want to see more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe.